Okay, I was tutoring yesterday, and they were asking me this question on week 2 packet. It says the 2003 calculator active question. So students were having trouble getting the answer on their calculator, so I want to show doing it on here. So it says a particle moves along the x-axis so that any time t greater than or equal to 0, its velocity is 3 plus 4.1 cosine 0.9 t. What is the acceleration of the particle at t equals 4? So remember, acceleration is the derivative of the velocity. So I wrote down here, I need the derivative of this at 4. So in my calculator, I'm on a clear screen, math 8, and that pulls up the d by dx. You can zoom in if you need to. So I need to put an x there. And then I need to put in this equation. So how you put it in is super important. I'm going to zoom in here. Hopefully it works out right. So we have a 3 plus 4.1 cosine, make sure you're in radian mode, 0.9x. You need to close that parenthesis. There's another parenthesis that closes the derivative, and then at x equals 4, and hit enter. And you should get 1.633. So the correct answer is C. Okay. There's another one on the next page. This is also the week 2 packet. Number 1 on the next page, 2013 free response question. It says on a certain workday, the rate in tons per hour at which unprocessed gravel arrives. We did this one when we were learning it, this stuff. I remember we had this one, the rainwater, the coffee maker, all those ones. At a gravel processing plant is modeled by G of T, where T is measured in hours. At the beginning of the workday, the plant has 500 tons of unprocessed gravel. During the operation from 0 to 8, the plant processes gravel at a rate of 100 tons per hour. So it's coming in at this rate, and it's getting processed at 100 tons per hour. And part A on this one says G prime of 5. So we want the derivative of this at 5. So I wrote my setup here, and then I'm going to show you how to put that in your calculator. So I'm going to clear my calculator screen for you. Hopefully you can see both of these. I need math 8, d by dx, 90 plus 45 cosine, and then I need x squared divided by 18. I need to close that parenthesis. So there should be that parenthesis and the next parenthesis that closes off the derivative, and then do it at 5. So hit the answer. You should get a negative 24.588. And then this is the derivative of a derivative, so it's tons per hour squared. And then you're supposed to say, what does it mean in context of the problem? It represents the change in rate of the gravel being processed at t equals 5 hours. So it is the change in rate. So we already had a rate, and it's the rate of the rate. So change in the rate. Okay, and it's negative, so it means it's decreasing actually. Okay, let's try number 2 here. This is the last one I'm going to do in this video. Another calculator one. It asks for the speed of the particle at 2 given the velocity and some other information. So the first thing is to remember that speed is absolute value of velocity, and they want it equal to 2. So we're going to set that equal to 2. So on our calculator, in the graphing section, this is important, we're going to put absolute value of the velocity they gave us. We're going to subtract that 2 over so that and we're going to find where it crosses the x-axis, because it says find all values of t in the interval which the speed is equal to 2. So by moving that 2 over and setting it equal to 0, we're changing it to hitting the x-axis because that's easier to find on our calculator. And these should be the answers we should get. So let's go to the graphing section. I'm going to clear those out. I'm going to go to Y1. I need absolute value. Absolute value is under math. Scoot over to number, and it's that first ABS. We're going to put in -2 plus parentheses x squared. We have to use x's, not t's. Plus 3x. Close the parenthesis. Raise it, so you got to use the little caret button to move it up. 6 divided by 5. Use the right arrow to move it down. And then minus x to the third. And then we need to, it needs to be out, so make sure the absolute value is on that. And then we need this -2. So make sure you have it just like that. Hit window and change the window from 2 to 4 and hit graph. Uh-oh, something's wrong. Let's see. Let's go back to second quit, window, 2 to 4. Let's change our y value mins. So let's do the y value min as -5 and let's go +5. Let's see if that helps. Hit graph. Nope, something's wrong. Let me check. So I have absolute value -2 plus x squared plus 3x raised to the 6/5 minus x cubed, absolute value -2. So I have that right. What could be wrong? Do I have parentheses missing? I have my glasses on. I can't see it very good. I don't see anything wrong with that. So maybe there's something wrong in my window. So let's change the window and then we'll change it back later on. Let's do this. Let's go zoom 6. Oh, it still won't check all entered values. Something's wrong. Syntax error. It's almost always my window. I don't know why. Second quit. Y equals. I'm going to clear it and start over. I don't know what I could possibly have done wrong, but let's try it. This doesn't usually happen to me, so I don't know. I'm not sure what's wrong. So I'm going to go to math, scoot over to number, hit enter for absolute value. -2. Make sure. Oh, maybe I put a subtraction on that too. Maybe that's what I did wrong. -2 plus quantity x squared plus 3x. Close the parenthesis. Raise it to the 6 divided by 5. Bring the arrow down. Minus x to the third. Bring the arrow down. Take it outside the absolute value. -2. Now I'm going to go to the window. I'm going to change it from 2 to 4 for the x values and hit graph. Okay, there it goes. I must have put in, when you use a subtraction instead of the negative, it is not happy about that. So, all right, so remember we're trying to find where it crosses the x-axis. So it happens, whoops, sorry, I bumped my calculator. It happens in 2 places, here and here. So we're going to hit trace. It's already right above it, so I'm going to hit second calculate 0. Left bound enter, right bound use your arrow button to move it across. Hit enter, guess enter, and we get 3.127. We get that first answer, 3.12, and I've rounded to 3.128. Trace again, move it to the next spot. Second calculate 0. Left bound enter, right bound move it across. Hit enter, guess enter, and you should get 3.473. So those are our 2 answers on that one.